Good morning, Glory Carriers. This is Reverend Carl Brown of Glory Carriers International Ministries with your Powered Up Moment. Today I talk to you about needed grace. That's it. Job, it's your arrogance. Eliphaz backs away and stares at him with that glare, saying, "You are getting exactly what you deserve." The style of communication Eliphaz employs is not that unusual to those who lack grace. It may not always be this brutal, but haven't you noticed this tone when you're around people who evidence no grace? When you're down, they kick you. When you're drowning, they pull you under. When you're confused, they complicate your life. And when you're almost finished, they write you off. Other than that, they're pretty good folks. It is easy to forget the grief Job was trying to get past. The shocking loss of his adult children. Releasing the vice grip of grief that comes from a sudden death takes an enormous toll. It would have an effect on anyone. I can't help but think of that when I see Job, or when we read about Job, as he sits there enduring this, washed in his grief, trying his best to believe what he was hearing, all those bad news, that this man who was once a friend is saying such graceless words. I'm left with one thought. Lord, if you are teaching us anything through Job's endurance, teach us the value of grace. Teach us about demonstrating grace. Show us again that grace is always appropriate and always needed. From the story of Job, we could get excited about double for his trouble and his endurance. But I believe there's a greater lesson to learn from this story as we focus on grace this morning. His friend was so graceless, was so brutal, was so tough that in the midst of all that Job was going through, trying to settle his mind as one bad news come after the other, but then his friend declared, "You may just be getting what you deserve." Have you ever pounced upon people like that? Insensitive, senseless, full of themselves, self-righteous. The person sitting near you in church next Sunday, the lady pushing the cart in the grocery store, the one who's putting gas in his car at the next pump, the man behind the counter, the student across from you at school. You have no idea what people are going through when you see them, when you pounce upon them. If you did, chances are you'd be prompted to show them grace or to say a few encouraging words even quicker. Remember this, please, that grace is always appropriate. And grace is always needed. The time is always right to act gracefully. The songwriter says, "Amazing grace, how sweet the sound." This is Reverend Carl Brown of Glory Carriers International Ministries reminding you this morning again and again, remember, grace is always appropriate and it's always needed.